Today I'm in Amsterdam and I want to see what kind of shots I can get with an old Canon T2i versus a Canon 5D Mark IV. Welcome to the first video on my new personal channel. On here I plan to talk about photography, videography, and travel, so if you're into those things, be sure to subscribe and stick around. Speaking of travel, I'm packing up right now for a trip to Amsterdam, and I wanted to take along a second camera for some additional shots. I'm currently shooting with my 5D Mark IV right now, but I also have a couple of T2is. Now whenever I first got this camera, I never really compared the two images, so I thought I would take both cameras on this trip and test out the overall quality. I think this is very much going to be a video that proves that your gear doesn't matter, to a certain extent anyway. While I'm comparing the images, I'll also drop some tips on how you can get the best quality out of your older camera. Okay, I guess it's time to head out. Okay, I made it to Amsterdam. I'm here at one of the beautiful canals and the weather is great. One way you can get the most out of your cheaper camera is to use a prime lens. You can pick up Canon's version of a 50mm for crop sensor cameras for about $100 on Amazon. This lens is really great value. You can get super sharp photos, and with 1.8 aperture you can get smooth bokeh in the background. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it now. Alright, pause the video and see if you can tell which photo was taken with which camera, and leave your answer below in the comments. Okay, on to the next location. If you don't know already, the Netherlands is known for its tulips, and right now I'm in Keukenhof, which is kind of like an outdoor tulip museum. Anyway, if you're shooting with an older or cheaper DSLR, it's good to know the limitations of your camera. For instance, an older one won't have as many megapixels as a newer one, so you want to get as close to your subject as possible. Let's try it. Okay, as you can see, getting closer to your subject also creates a nice bokeh in the background. Okay, let's head back into the city for some more examples. Okay, with an older, cheaper camera, you won't have as much dynamic range as with a newer one, so you typically want to avoid low light situations. However, the 50mm 1.8 will help with that. Let's see how it looks. The good news is, I made it back to Moscow, but the airline lost my luggage. As you can see, there wasn't a whole lot of difference in the quality between the older camera and the 5D Mark IV, which is kind of surprising considering that this camera is like $270, whereas the Canon 5D Mark IV is nearly $3,000. I mean, sure, if you look closely, there is more dynamic range, and more megapixels means you can crop in further. But overall, I just noticed a bit more detail in photos from the newer camera. Anyway, as I said earlier, I think this goes to show that you shouldn't let your gear limit you. Let me know what you think in the comments, and by the way, leave some questions there and I'll try to answer them in the next video. If you like what you saw here, you know what to do. Hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.